A day in the life of a Korean carpenter. Jun wakes up at 7:40 in the morning to get ready. He lives in an apartment in Suwon, a city very close to the capital of South Korea. Today, we'll dive into the world of woodworking and furniture design in this country. We'll learn about the Asian style without overlooking the strong Western influence present in modern trends. How many hours do you usually sleep per day?
Probably 6-7 hours.
In a country where interior design reflects status, lifestyle, and even personal identity, it's not unusual to find cafes with luxury finishes, custom-made furniture, and spaces created to be photographed. Everything begins in the workshops, where design comes to life. Today, Chun started the day by visiting a lumber store, because he needs to buy some pieces for a new project, so he gets in his van and drives for 30 minutes to get there.
Where are we going now?
We're going to a place where I buy wood.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's go.
And there was just a fling, meant nothing, yeah, just a fling and meant nothing. Star-filled sky, late September night, a twist of fate, your warm embrace. Yeah, I'm stuck on you, sir, stuck with me.
Now, tell me about your background. What have you studied and worked on to get to this point?
I was born in Seoul, but I grew up here in Suwon, South Korea. I had a quite normal life when I was in school, but I had a chance to go to Australia when I was in middle school. To me, it was quite shocking experience because back then we were not very international country. But after seeing Australia, it changed my life. I wanted to study English a little bit more. I knew there's more opportunities out in the world because before I could only think about living in Korea and Korean people's education and mindset. So I wanted to study history education because I wanted to know about history around the world. So it naturally led me to explore the world outside of the Korea. So I studied English and I tried to study Spanish a little bit, but I'm not good at yet.
Hablas muy bien, hablas muy bien.
No. Poquito. So after military service, I did a lot of part-time jobs to save up to travel around the world. So I did like a McDonald's, cafe, or work in a hotel, constructions, something like that. So I went to Canada, to Argentina for 6 months. I came back here. So I finished school in university and then I didn't really know what to do after university. So I decided to become a journalist because I thought it was related to my major. I like to go outside, so I thought I could do that. But the reality wasn't like that. So I decided to go to Canada because that's the place I really liked and enjoyed. So to live in Canada, I thought, what should I do and make money? I didn't think majoring history would give me a job in Canada. I like making stuff, so let's start woodworking because I heard that woodworking jobs in Canada are quite good. So I started woodworking in 2021.
Quite recently.
Yeah, not too long ago. So here I am after I started woodworking. I really focused and concentrated on it. I worked like 12-14 hours a day and I practiced a lot to become a person I wanted. So I'm still on my way to become a person I want, my goal, my dream, but it worked out not too bad.
Yeah, I see.
Chun considers several factors before buying wood: natural aesthetics, durability, texture, and the impact it will have on the atmosphere of the space. Each decision aims to balance functionality with visual expression.
So when I first started woodworking, I didn't learn from someone or some school, so I had to practice myself to get improved. One day, it was a night time, I was alone in the workshop. I was practicing but I was a little bit tired. But suddenly, something hit me really hard. I didn't realize, but blood was spreading all over the floor. So I realized, oh, something happened. And I looked at my finger and I could see the bone and it's just blood everywhere. So I called the ambulance and I was standing alone on the street and I thought, oh, there's something bad happened. But I was more worried that I couldn't go back to woodworking industry, carpentry, than the pain itself. It was very painful, but laying down in the hospital and I was like, oh, I just started woodworking. What if I can't go back anymore? Then I'm not young, like 21 or 22, so I had to work. I had to make money anyway. So I went to a luxury furniture company in Seoul looking for a job. I was like, oh, I made furniture a little bit and I know how to speak English, so importing, exporting luxury furniture industry could be something I can do temporary and I could learn something. That's why I jumped into that job. I kind of liked it. I think I learned a lot. It was short time, but I found out what people want and people willing to spend a lot of money if the product is good and the designer is good enough, famous enough. So I thought, oh, I should become someone more famous, more good at designs, because I sometimes check the qualities and they're not fit to my standard, but people still buy it. I was like, okay, marketing is more important.
That's true.
So I think I learned a lot, but I jumped into woodworking after 3 months because I couldn't stand the company life.
Oh, did you finally choose the good?
Yeah, it's a perfect wood for a coffee table.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a coffee table from this. I chose this because I like the light edge. It's more natural looking. This is American black walnut. It's quite expensive.
Oh, really? How much is this?
It's around 250,000 won.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's expensive.
It's quite expensive for just wood.
Yeah.
Nothing
My
done,
God.
just wood.
Wow.
So let's see what I can do.
Nice.
Yeah.
After selecting the wood for one of his upcoming projects, our protagonist heads to his workshop. Is there any special wood that is only used in Korea?
Sadly, Korean timbers and woods are not widely used in Korea because there's not enough place where it can make it dry. Dry is the most important part of timber, but we don't have the skills much, and it's not big enough to make a furniture. It's usually narrow. It's because the Korean War, the whole continent, whole land was devastated. So trees all fell down and cut down back then. Our Korean trees are comparatively young, not old enough to cut. It didn't grow much. And we have distinctive seasons, so the tree doesn't grow up that fast.
And actually, there's not that much space for trees in Korea, right?
We do have lands up north, but it's all military area.
Yeah.
We have a lot of pine trees in Korea. The pine trees are not good for furniture.
The Seoul metropolitan area extends into Gyeonggi province, the most populated region in Korea. It surrounds the capital with huge residential complexes, patches of nature and rice fields.
7 years now on this boat, and we all know where we belong. Just wait.
With the wood in hand, Jun arrives at his workshop, where all the magic happens. After a lot of effort and sacrifice, he managed to turn this place into his workspace, where he now spends most of his life.
It's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn.
Hola.
Hola, bienvenidos a mi lugar de trabajo.
Gracias.
Vamos. So here, it's more like furnitures and shopping where they're finished. So I display them here. If you look inside here, there's some chairs and stools and tables down here. And my tools, hand tools are here. And then let's go inside. So here, I separate the sections so the dust doesn't go outside. So this place I usually do the cuttings and sanding and put the oils on. So most like dirty stuff here. And there's like some kind of machines are here that cut the woods and sand the woods here. Like clamps and drills are here as well. And this is a table saw machine, so you can cut off the woods here.
In what are you working these days?
I'm working on stools a lot these days. This is my favorite thing at the minute. So let me show you the details of the thing that I made already.
Okay, let's see.
Let's go. So this is the chair, the East chair, inspired by the traditional old architectures of Korea and Japan and China. The thing you can look at is the parts that outside of the furniture is quite bold, but at the same time it's quite luxurious looking. I didn't use any nails or screw to make it. It's only tenons and the hand tool stuff that I made, like a traditional way. Character of this chair is this kind of details that you can have a look.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. And here there coffee table and my main signature cutting boards here.
Ooh.
This cutting board, the main character is the 3 diamonds in it and like a frame. So this diamond is my same as my logo. I'm the only person that can do this in the world. I've never seen anyone making something like this before, so I guess I am the only one.
Really aesthetic.
Yeah. This is the coffee table I made recently. Yeah.
Do you work with a lot of cafes?
I do. I put a lot of furnitures in the cafe in Suwon mostly. So we will have a look later.
Oh,
after
thank you so
lunch.
much.
Yeah.
That will be interesting.
Yeah. And the chair here is the other furniture like chairs and stool and the coffee table to call the East, but this one is the West. Because my furnitures are 2 separate styles, the East and the West. Because I'm from Korea, so I like the East style as well. But I travel around the world a lot, more than a year. So I got a lot of influence from Western society as well. So this is the outcome of the West. So unlike the East chair, it's very simple and clean looking.
Yeah, they are really different now that I look at them.
They're very different style. I like both equally.
Which do Koreans prefer more? Asian style or Western style?
I think Korean people tend to like both, but Korean people prefer the West, in my opinion. More modern, like a Scandinavian style. And foreigners like Japanese style or Korean style. Because I think people always attracted by 2 different things, 2 completely different things.
Asian style and Western style. What is the biggest difference?
Oh, I think it's exposure of the joinery of assembled parts of the furniture. That's the biggest part of West and the East part. The joints between woods are exposed in Asian traditional furniture or building, so I got inspiration from that.
So this is sofa that I rest here.
Okay.
I didn't make it. Since I travel a lot of countries, I'd like to use the inspiration into my work. So these chopping boards and these cutting boards has their names on it. So it's, for example, this one here is Edinburgh, Scotland. Because this one is to capture the image of old town of Edinburgh, like castles and streets. And this one is Seoul, the capital city of Korea, Seoul. So the reason why this one is Seoul is because it gave me a little bit of fame. I got a lot of followers from this.
Okay.
So I gave the name Seoul because Seoul has a nickname that arisen from Han River. We used to be very poor country, but thanks to Han River, like communications and history thing, we became a little bit richer than before. So this one is, I gave the name Seoul. So I used to live in Spain as well for a short period of time. So I have 2 boards named after Madrid and Toledo, but they're sold out, so they're not here. But I'll show you some pictures.
Okay, nice.
Let's go inside. I have some work to do.
Okay, let's do it.
What do you like most about your job and what do you like the least?
Oh, so the best part of my job is I don't have to work for someone. It's my own workshop, so nobody really tell me what to do. I like the quiet loneliness place. Like here in my workshop, nobody comes visit. I have no signs on. Nobody can find me. So I really like this isolation. So make my own stuff. It's really, really good. What I don't like about it is you don't really know what's the next month's gonna be. It might be good this month or last month, but you will never know how much money you can make next month or the next month. That's the hardest part of maintaining the wood workshop.
Today, Chun will show us how he creates one of the stools from his East furniture line. Before beginning the process, he had to go to his previous workshop to run the wood through a planer. In this first step, the surface of the wood is prepared. It is smoothed, leveled, and ensured to be perfectly straight and ready to work with. Once in his current workshop, he begins by measuring the necessary pieces precisely. With this miter saw, he makes clean and straight cuts. This level of detail is essential for all the pieces to fit together perfectly during assembly. Next, he moves on to cutting longer pieces or adjusting widths using the table saw. This stage requires special care with alignment and consistent pressure to avoid deviations that could affect the stool's stability. After the pieces are cut, Chun round off the edges with a handheld router. The router not only improves aesthetic, but also makes the furniture more comfortable to the touch and safer by eliminating sharp edges. Finally, he begins the sanding process. Here, imperfections and tool marks are removed and the entire surface is smoothed. This step is crucial before applying any finish like oil or varnish.
Where are we now?
We're in a restaurant near my workshop. I come here sometimes to have lunch.
What kind of food is here?
It's a kind of pork spine bone, meat attached in it, and it's a little bit spicy. So let's see if you like it.
맛있게 드세요.
맛있게 드세요.
Today, Chun has lunch at a Kamchatan restaurant near his workshop. This dish cost only 8,000 won, about $5.50. Due to competitive prices, it's common for everyday Koreans to eat out several times a week. After the meat has been removed from the bone, it's common to add all the rice into the broth to better enjoy the flavor. After lunch, it's time for a walk through the historical area of Suwon, where most cafes are located.
What is the plan for now?
So we're going to a cafe to check the furnitures I put there,
Oh,
if
that
it's
sounds
good, and have some coffee.
Oh, nice. Let's go.
Let's go.
With a little bit of reggaeton or what?
Sí.
Con el reggaeton.
Reggaeton.
Solo quiero ser no lo que quiera. Solo quiero ser.
In Korea, cafes are carefully designed spaces that reflect identity and style. Interior design plays an essential role, from lighting to furniture. Everything is planned to create a unique visual and sensory experience. The furniture is often custom-made, using natural wood and subdued finishes, following a minimalist yet warm aesthetic. In Suwon's historic district, the traditional and the contemporary meet. Between stone-walled alleys and restored hanok houses, cafes have emerged that blend old Korean architecture with modern interior design. It's a contrast that not only works, but defines a very Korean style, respect for the past with a clear gaze toward the future. With Chun, we visited some of the cafes where he installed furniture. And now we are going to explore them and talk to the owners about their inspirations and why they choose to collaborate with him.
Okay, here we're gonna go to 3 cafes where my furnitures are in. Let's go to the first one.
The first place is called GB, or Good Vibes. This cafe offers coffee, homemade desserts, and alcoholic beverage. Occasionally, they host jazz concerts. The space features warm and soft lighting, and the entire decor revolves around dark tones. Banswood's furniture fits perfectly with this aesthetic. It was custom-made to harmonize with the desired atmosphere without losing the brand's original style. The second one is Nudens, a cafe with a completely different concept. Here both coffee and food are served. Natural light pours in through large windows, and its artistic decor seeks to create a cultural refuge for those worn out by daily life. In this space, Banswood's furniture plays a central role. It was the starting point for the entire interior design. A lighter wood was used, paired with metal legs that stand out and give the space character.
Let's go to the last cafe, Autograph.
Let's go, vamos!
The third cafe is Autograph Coffee, a place that specializes in filtered coffee, offering over 24 types of beans. This method, a favorite among Koreans, highlights more aromatic flavors and is usually served without milk. As for the design concept, it features a mix of different elements that blend well. After many iterations, the place developed a very distinctive personality, with its own color and
This
essence.
is your first cafe work.
Yeah, this is furnitures and I made, and it's my first place that put my furnitures in. With a menu board, and this is some kind of shelves that put coffee and they sell it. Wet style tables are here, so you can have a look.
How has woodworking changed over time? Are traditional techniques still used?
Not a lot of people kept the tradition, so it changed a lot to a more convenient way, like a nail guns and stuff, or screws. Some part of the countryside, there are some people still keeping the traditional way to make furnitures, and I'm not. I use the joinery skills, but it's not fully 100% traditional, I would say. So they are recognized by the government who are keeping the Korean traditional skills, woodworking skills. So in normal life, the traditional joinery skills, woodworking skills are nearly gone, I would say. If you go to apartments or house renovation sites, there's almost no joinery skills. There's no traditional way of doing it. But some part of the furniture makers, they are still like the joinery things, like a traditional way. I do some of the traditional joinery way, so I would say it's nearly gone, but still people admire the skills and they practice it.
Jun begins the assembly process, where the furniture starts to come to life. He begins by marking, laying out the joints with a precision square and pencil. One wrong measurement can affect the entire fit. He marks the joinery points for mortise and tenon joints, typical in strong, durable furniture. He uses a drill press to make precise pilot holes. These holes can be used for hidden screws or to reinforce the structure with dowels. The advantage of this machine is that it allows precise control over depth and angle. Chun cleans out the joint cavities, refining the mortises with a chisel. Even if the hole has been drilled or routed, the chisel allows him to perfect the edge and corners, especially if a tight and accurate fit is needed between the pieces. Here he assembles two pieces to test that the tenon fits snugly into the mortise. It's a dry fit without glue to ensure everything aligns correctly before the final assembly. If something doesn't fit, he adjusts it manually with a file or chisel. Once everything fits, he joins the pieces using a rubber mallet. This kind of mallet prevents surface damage to the wood, but applies enough force to join the pieces securely. Chun manually adjusts the parts of the stool, checking they are straight and level. The work can't be finished in one day, since the glue from the different parts needs to dry.
How long it takes to assemble one furniture like this?
The stool takes 1 or 2 days to finish.
With another stool he assembled the day before, our protagonist goes over the joints and edges by hand sanding. This stage helps identify small imperfections, remove splinters, and soften the transitions between parts. The goal is not only visual perfection, but also a pleasant texture, smooth, warm, and free of harsh edges. Next, he uses an orbital sander on the seat surface. This type of tool allows him to cover flat areas quickly and evenly, leaving the furniture ready for its final finish. A good sanding ensures that the oil, wax, or varnish penetrates properly and adheres evenly. Now we are going to talk about your life outside of Korea. What countries have had the biggest impact on you?
I think I would say it's Canada, because Canada was the first country I stepped on after I grew up, and I save up myself to travel. I cycle around Canadian territory, and it gave me a lot of comfort because I was a total stranger, like a foreigner for them, but they treat me really nice, and the weather was nice. I really like how they maintain the roads and the buildings and houses. It looked like it's someplace I really wanted to live. I think that's why I started woodworking to move to Canada. And also Spain, where I lived for durante de 4 meses.
Oh.
It was a fascinating experience. Living in Spain gave me a lot of ideas about interior designs and furniture stuff, because Spain is really famous for interior and furniture. A lot of famous designers in Spain. So I also wanted to live in Spain. Yo quiero volver a Argentina porque me gusta mucho la Patagonia. Yeah, I really like the Patagonia in Buenos Aires, but I have a sad memory in Buenos Aires.
¿Cuál? ¿Qué pasó?
El niño stole my laptop in the cafeteria.
No.
The kid's gone in 1 minute. All the pictures I took during 6 months of trip are gone. I don't have pictures. And it was at the end of my travel. Before that, I had no accident, but I'd like to go back because I want to experience South America a little more with better Spanish. Because back then, I only could speak agua, hambre, bonita.
Pero ahora ya controlas mucho más el
Sí,
español.
poquito más.
What part of the furniture making process do you enjoy the most?
I would say put oil on it. It means that I did it already. And the color change, that's something I really like about. And people would like to see that as well.
What does a complete or happy life mean to you?
I'd like to make Bansud become very famous furniture company. I'd like to make it to company level. Not only a small workshop, but company where it makes high-end cutting boards or furniture where people line up to get Bansud. They can't really buy stuff from Bansud because it's so high demand. That's how I want to make it. It's not like that now. You can buy whatever you want now. But in the future, I'd love to make Bansud high-end brand in 5 years. And I'd like to open a cafe and Airbnb in Korea so people can visit and experience the culture I make myself with the Bansud furnitures in it and my interior design skills and styles and stuff like that. So I want people to see, oh, here's something different. So I want to make Bansud more like a lifestyle brand so people can actually enjoy the furnitures and coffee and the stay. And hopefully soon, I wish I can make my own family and buy a house and make family members, kids, stuff. I want to settle down soon.
Nice.
That's what I really want.
After applying the oil, he wipes off the excess with a towel and now has to let it sit for a day before applying a second coat. The oil he first uses is an Italian one from the brand Renner, and the second one he will use the next day is a German oil called Auto. What is the most difficult or special project you've worked on?
I am planning and I'm preparing to making a dining table. So behind this screen there is a wood standing there staring at me. When are you gonna make me? I am making it at the minute, but it takes a lot of time because it's really difficult process to make. So this is the most challenging work I ever done. By the time when the video is come out, I wish I can finish it.
And you can send me the photos.
Yeah, I can
and we
send you some
put
pictures, yeah, and put it on the video. The table I'm making is the ultimate East concept dining table. So it's really hard, difficult joineries in it. And it's inspired by Korean traditional building, Hanok. So I'm not gonna build hanok, small hanok, but it's table inspired by hanok. So it has a concept in it of hanok or characters in it, but it's not gonna be miniature of hanok. It's gonna be dining table. So I really love to show you guys about the stool and chair and dining table at the same time.
Oh.
That's gonna be a hard thing.
How long do you think it can take to finish this table from the beginning to the end?
Hopefully 3 or 4 weeks. I already did a week process, so I can finish it about 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
After a long day of work, our protagonist finished his carpentry tasks. I wasn't expecting that he had a gift prepared for me.
Alberto, eso, una cosa para ti.
Oh, muchas gracias. ¿Qué es? ¿Qué es? A ver, let's see.
A ver.
Oh,
It's pantsuit hat.
la gorra.
Sí.
Let's go. ¿Qué piensa, gente? Me queda bien la gorrita de pants. Good. Let's go.
Muy bien. Eso también para ti.
¿Qué es?
It's an incense holder.
Ah,
It's something like this. You can put incense stick.
oh, so nice.
Oh, this is actually Korean wood.
Thank you so much.
De nada.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Now he spends some time designing on his laptop. SketchUp is one of the most popular programs among furniture designers, especially independent carpenters, artisans, and interior designers. It's his way of exploring new ideas, testing proportions, and visualizing future furniture pieces before bringing them to life. And now he finally leaves the workshop to grab dinner.
I'm not a person I can give you advice or anything because I'm still learning and I'm still growing. But don't hesitate to start something just because you think you're old. I started woodworking when I was like 28, 29. A lot of people told me it's late and you're not going to be successful. I'm not successful, but I started and I'm becoming more recognized. The point is, there's nothing you can do unless you work really, really, really hard and you're into it. But don't pretend to do that because of other people's opinion, I'll say. And if you start things, put 100% in it and don't get your parents' money because you will think the money is not valuable enough if you get your parents' money. If you're young enough, do other part-time job and don't get shamed by doing part-time job because it's step to get forward and get to the point where you want to be. And don't be afraid of start little. I start this pantsuit thing with only 5 million won. And people always told me that, you're not gonna make it a year. But I'm here, survived 3-4 years now. And don't listen to other people too much. That's something I'd like to say. Thank you for watching this video.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. If you want to support me, you can just like something I make or follow me or send me some cheerful messages. I'd like to that. And yeah, it's really a pleasure having you all day. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Gracias a ti por darme todo tu tiempo durante un día. Y nada, nos vemos en el próximo vídeo. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Chao, chao.
Ciao, ciao.
Korean chicken. I hope you enjoy it. Adiós. Muchas gracias. Suerte.
Many thanks to Jun for showing us a day in his life and teaching us that with hard work and dedication, we'll be much closer to our goals. But don't forget that the most important part is the journey. See you in another episode of A Day in a Life in Korea.